Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. I am Mr. Blast, and today we are taking a look at the Super 7 Ultimates Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink Ranger. We're going to go over the articulation, all of the accessories, and if you guys know anything about Super 7, they include a lot of accessories. So we're definitely going to take a look at every single one of those, as well as the overall quality of the figure. Now we need to find out if the Pink Ranger is worthy of your Super 7 Ultimates collection. Let's get her off the stand and find out. All right, so in typical review fashion, we're gonna go over the sleeve and the box really quick. As you can see, there's a nice gold power coin of the pterodactyl right here on the front of the sleeve. Ultimates logo on the top, and we've got the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo right here. That's really it. It's just the sleeve cover. I'm so glad that this came with it. I've gotten a few Super 7 Ultimates in the past, and they didn't come with that piece, and it drove me insane. All right, let's get rid of that. And let's take a look at the box real quick. Here you go. Pink Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the lightning bolts. I like these boxes. They stack really nice together on the shelf. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't collect boxes. Oops, I don't collect boxes, but you know, I keep them. So whenever I have to move them or whatever, then we've got everything we need to put everything back in the box. And there's the Pink Ranger right here. I will not say this is just Kimberly because it's not. It's also Kat. She is also included in the box. And when we go over the accessories, I will show you all of that. And there's a little synopsis there. If you guys want to pause the video and read that, there is a little bit to read. So I'll sit right here for a second. You guys can pause it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. All right, so there you go, Pink Ranger, and that's the box. All right, let's take a look at the Pink Ranger herself. And she looks good. This is a pretty good representation of the Pink Ranger. A couple of issues I have with my particular version of this figure. Not anything that makes me angry or upset, but I will point them out. Super 7, they've got a lot of my Super 7s have issues with the joints and stuff like that. And this one is no exception. However, it looks like a nice figure. She stands up firmly on the shelf, which is great. She'll look great with the other Rangers in this same line as well. I think this is the perfect scale for me. I like larger figures, kind of like Hot Toys and stuff like that, but they are incredibly difficult to put in a collection if you don't have a large area or room to put them in, and this is like the perfect scale for me right here. So yeah, I will definitely collect more of these. If these guys did the Zeo line, absolutely 100% I will get the Zeo line as well, because I really like Power Rangers Zeo. It hasn't aged as well show-wise as I thought it did, but I still like the suits from Zeo/O Ranger. So, but anyway, let's take a closer look at the Pink Ranger, Pterodactyl Ranger. The Tarot Ranger, is that what they call her in Jew Ranger? I'm not really 200% privy to that, but let's take a look. She's got her nice helmet. The pink matches, as far as I could tell, throughout the entire uniform, by the way. I think they did a really good job matching all of that. Like I said, I'll go over a couple of things that really have gotten under my skin as far as like how the figure, the articulation goes. I will say it's more of a, I don't know, like muted pink in person. She looks way more pink on the camera than she really does in person. It's really hard to explain it, but on camera it looks great. I think it's because I have this set in HDR, so that's probably why the pink looks a little bit more neon than it really does in person. So anyway, she can turn her head in a 360. She can look up. It's got a really good neck joint, very tight as well. So you're going to have to really kind of hold up here on the chest and then pull the head. So let's get a little more light on this. There we go. She can look down as well, and she can turn her head a little bit side to side. It's not so much of that type of ball joint. Power Ranger figures, I think, do better when they can look up and down like this. So that's just my opinion. She can put her arms up. I will say on my particular copy of this figure, her her right arm pops out really easily, so I have to be very careful. It does go right back in, so that's a good thing. It just comes out really easily, way easier than it should. There's really no reason to take these arms off on the Pink Ranger anyway. You really need to reserve that for, I believe it's the Green Ranger, because Tommy comes with different arms where you could swap them out because he's got the gold bands or doesn't have the gold bands. But Kimberly doesn't need to do that, or, you know, the Pink Ranger, I should say. Who was your favorite, Kimberly or Kat? Ooh, let us know. Let's see. She's got the 360 movement in the arm. Mine's a little bit tight, but that's okay. You can kind of hear it squeaking. Maybe not. I don't know if the mic picked that up or not. The bicep swivel is here as well. Elbows, be very, very careful with elbows. I really had to work these in. If you guys can see this, you can see a lot of paint was left inside the elbow when I started moving it and posing it. I had pink paint chips coming out of the elbow. Again, it's not game breaking for me. It is what it is. I get it. I'm glad that they at least painted inside that elbow so I can deal with the paint flakes. I really don't care. It's not that big of a deal. It's just something I thought I'd point out to you guys and show you that it is a thing. So yeah, the cuffs look pretty good for the gloves. The hands are your typical Super 7 hands. They are on a really long peg, so just be careful with that. Again, if you get these figures and they're too tight, just run it under some hot water, maybe some warm water for like, I don't know, a minute or so. It kind of loosens up the joint, and then you can pull the wrist out, or the hands off of the wrist. So she's got a pretty good torso, you know, very flexible. She can look back this far. She can go down this far as well. She does have a little bit of a waist swivel. You don't want to go too crazy with it because her waist is obviously not a perfect circle. You know, trying to turn an oval shaped waist all the way in the front here, you might mess something up, so please don't do that. Let's see, the belt buckle where her morpher is looks pretty good. Let's see if we can focus on that a little bit more. It does say Power Ranger in the center. I'll try to hold it as straight as I can, but you guys can see that, which is pretty good. It's got the power coin in there as well. Barely make out the pterodactyl, but it is there. I have the one accessory, the Blade Blaster, in its closed up form. I just like holstering these, so I always keep them in there just because it's show accurate. So that's just me though. The legs, now she's limited because of the skirt that's on this uniform. The other figures obviously don't have the skirt, so kicking the leg up is much easier on the other ones than this one. She can turn her leg a little bit. There's no thigh swivel up here. I really think it could have benefited from a thigh swivel, but I get it if they want to keep it character accurate and not have so many more seams here. I totally get why they did not do that. Same issue or thing I should point out with the knees. You can see the paint that was inside here, and now it's just a light pink. It was the same color pink as this right here, but it's not. When I started moving the knees around, the paint flakes were coming out. You might see some white paint flakes as well. I really don't remember where they came from, but mine had that particular issue, I guess. So just point that out. She does have a knee swivel, which is weird. That I just don't think that should have been there. It should have just been the boot swivel, which it does have. You can turn it to 360, it's there. But when you start moving the knee over like that, I just don't think it looks right. But at least the effort was there to cover up this right here when she's standing up straight. So it's just something I thought I'd point out, just to let you guys know, because it is a thing there. She can move her ankle all the way down. You can move it up as well. She does have the rocker, the swivel, that's there too. So posing is pretty good. Of course, it's a Power Ranger. You want them to be able to be super 100% flexible in every which way, but you know, you've got to have some limitations here and there. So there's the back as well. Like I said, again, the knees, they have the paint chips, but you really can't see it from this side. So, you know, it's a thing, it's there. Again, I'm pointing these things out so that you're prepared for it. So if you do happen to see like pink paint flakes coming off your figure, you'll know exactly what it's from and not just like, oh my God, my figure is breaking apart, because you know, that's not happening. So, but yeah, she looks good. She looks like the good pterodactyl ranger, and very good representation of the figure itself. Now here's the potatoes part of this figure. As you guys know, Super 7 does go all out with their accessories, and I dig it. I like accessories for my figures. Sometimes maybe a little too much because I don't pose them with all that stuff. I'm sure some of you guys and gals don't either, but it is an option. It's one of those that's really cool they included all that stuff rather than, man, I wish they included it. So it's kind of like, what side are you on of that, you know? So let's get the first accessory over here, and it's a cat. I'm pretty sure this is one of those, hey, do you guys remember that cat or, you know, thing from that one episode from at that one time in that one particular episode? I watched MMPR not too long, well, I would say probably like a year and a half ago. I probably got about through the first season, so I don't remember this particular episode. But yeah, they included a cat. I want to say that this was a cat for Cat, not Kimberly, because of course she wasn't always the Pink Ranger. She ended up leaving the show, so they did a thing with her. If anyone remembers what episode this was, put it in the description. Not the description, in the comments. Put it in the comments down below, because I don't remember. I'm sure some of you guys are mega fans and you remember exactly what episode this was from. I don't, but there's the cat. It sits up. You can't really see it, but it sits up just fine. I think this will just go back in the box and the accessory tray. So that's the first one. Let's bring up the head sculpt. Here is Kimberly's. It's a head sculpt. It's a non-helmet, more unmorphed head sculpt. I think it looks better when it's on the figure. The colors kind of clash better rather than just a floating head with her hair flowing down. You know, it's a head sculpt. I usually, when I get Power Ranger figures, I do not really care for the unmorphed, no helmet heads. You can get some pretty good photos of your figure holding the helmet, and then they've got their unmorphed heads attached to it. So she's got gold earrings and the red lipstick, and the eyes look okay. I'm trying to focus. There we go. The eyes look all right. I've seen some really good fan fixes for these heads. They added a lot of shading, and they added just some good coloring to these. Out of the box, it looks okay. Like I said, I'm not an unmorphed head fan, so there's that. And of course, Cat herself. She looks a little bit better, I guess. I don't really know. I'm not, like I said, I don't really care for these unmorphed heads. But again, it's one of those, hey, that's awesome they included it, rather than I wish they would have included it, you know? So the hair looks okay. She doesn't have any earrings or anything. Her colors don't stand out as bright as Kimberly's character, but it's there. Next up is, it's a ribbon. It's a ribbon. I don't remember this episode at all. I don't know if this was a thing that either one of them used. Maybe Kimberly did because she was a gymnast. Again, I don't remember, but it's probably one of those, hey, do you remember from that one episode? It's that one thing from that one episode. That's it. It's a ribbon. We can get into the weapons. These are like a retro throwback to the Auto Morphin head figures. And these are definitely the retro style, just plain color. There's a hole in the center here because I don't know if you guys remember those figures from the Auto Morphin head figures. They had pegs in the middle of their hands. You could put them in their hands and they don't fall out. But pretty cool. Again, I won't pose these with my figure, but I just thought I'd point it out. They come with it. Next up, we have the Blade Blasters. We have, of course, she's got the closed up version of it in her holster. This is the one with the blade sticking out. And if you look close enough, you can see it says Power Ranger on it. I'm trying to focus on it. There it goes. It's very small. And then there's the actual blaster itself. But yeah, you do get both. So you can do your action poses with either one of these. So pretty cool. Good paint apps. I think mine came out pretty good, to be honest. So, but yeah, there's that. We have the bows, the one with the string on it, which it is flexible, so that's pretty cool. And then the one where you combine all the other weapons together. So if you guys can get all of the figures together, all 5 of them, you can combine their weapons and then do the thing where they beat the monster without using the Megazord, which I always didn't really care for those episodes. I'm like, hey, I watch Power Rangers because I want to see the Megazord every episode, but not every episode did they use this, or did they use the Megazord, but they sometimes use their weapons combined together to defeat the monster. But that's the thing. She holds it pretty good. It's really difficult to get the string to be held. She does come with hands that can hold the string, which is cool. I'll have to show you guys. I made a big blunder when handling these accessories. I'm so mad at myself, but yeah, we'll show those in a minute. So the next thing we're going to show is the morpher she comes with. So there is a morpher right there with the pink on the inside and the Power Rangers logo there and the power coin. So you can hold this. It's kind of weird that it does come with it because there's no like civilian version of your character. It's just the unmorphed head with the, you know, the suit on. So, but it's cool. You can probably pose it or put it on the shelf next to all the other morphers that all the other characters come with. So you kind of do like a little collage type of deal, you know. Next up is the Power Crystal, which is what they use when they go into the Megazord or Daijujin, whatever you want to say. I'm trying to find, there it is. Okay, so look really closely, guys. You can see the pterodactyl inside of that crystal, which is pretty cool. It's a nice clear pink. Every one of the Super 7 figures comes with one. I don't know if Tommy comes with one. I don't think he does. He doesn't. I don't think he used a Power Crystal at all for his Dragon Zord. So, but yeah, it's pretty tiny. Be very careful. Don't lose it, and it's hard plastic, so don't break it. Let's see, hands. Lots of hands. I'm gonna save the best for last, guys. You're not gonna believe what happens to the arrow that it comes with. Yeah, it does come with an arrow. These are your holding blaster hands. We're gonna blast right through these hands because there's a lot of them. You get 5 sets of hands with this figure, which I love the variety. Here is the other set of hands that are very similar, except that this part, again, I don't want to move this too much. There's this that goes up and down, and then this one that goes left and right. So it just depends on which one you want to use, but same type of hands. Next up, you've got the posing hands, which of course a lot of you have seen Power Rangers over the years pose with their hands like this. Up in the air, flat, whatever, but you also get these. They're just molded plastic, no paint, but that's what they get. And last but not least, you get 2 different hands here. You get one where she's pointing at something. I want to say that this is what you also can use when she's trying to hold the arrow. Again, it was very difficult for me to get the arrow posed properly. This one also is for holding the string and putting the arrow in place here. Well, I never really got a chance to do that. Because, well, your boy is clumsy. He did this. I broke it. It's not Super 7's fault. It's my fault. I totally snapped this thing in half. I don't know if I'm going to be able to glue this back together. But the arrow looks pretty cool. Mine was a little bit warped. But again, I don't really know how well the hot water would have worked for this, or warm water even, because this plastic is very thin and it's not flexible. It's hard plastic, so just a thought. Just be careful, guys. Don't break your toys. Don't pull a me. I committed the ultimate sin and I broke a freaking accessory with my figure. But what are you gonna do? I broke it. It's my fault. Oh God, how could I do that? So yeah, it's a good figure. It looks good with the collection, especially if you have all the others. The only one I'm missing is the White Ranger. Have not found the Tiger Ranger yet, so or the White Ranger, I guess White Tiger Ranger, I should say it like that, because Tiger Ranger technically is the Yellow Ranger. So if I'm getting real technical here, I don't want anybody to get mad at me. Please don't at me. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for this, for watching this. I appreciate it very much. Thank you to Big Bad Toy Store for sending this over for a review. They do have these available on their website. I will leave a link down in the description below, so please check that out. Sorry I've been absent for a few days, guys. I took a couple days off for streaming. I took a couple days away from YouTube, but I promise there'll be more coming. There are a ton of videos up already for you all to watch, so please check all those out. I'll do my best to keep up with the schedule and do the best I can to get these figures out. So thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video. I'm Mr. Blast, and we'll see what we got next. We got a lot of cool stuff coming, so please don't miss it. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you on the next one.